Should I sing the carrot song again? Should I go from the top? Should I go from the top? I appreciate everybody for coming through, fucking with your boy. Okay, there go the chat. The chat wasn't showing the last time I was here.
Oh, carrots hard to find. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic.
Playing my song. I was a little busy. I know y'all wanted me to come and kick it and shit. Blark the Boxer. Blark the Boxer. What's good, pimp? Make sure you subscribe. You new here. I ain't never seen you before. How you doing? Subscribe to my channel, man. It's electrifying. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion, man. I got a combination of the three. I call it the urban trifecta. Logic Sphere. Come in to chat and announce himself. What's good with you, pimp? How you been? Hit me up, man. Let's talk cryptocurrency or something. Appreciate your donation. It came in from the door, slanging iron. That's how we do, though. You know, I ain't never gave a person a donation over YouTube. I've gave people cash donations and shit like that. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Y'all share this live, man. We're gonna kick it for a minute and shit. I got a little story I could tell y'all. Let me empty this ashtray. Hold on. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Yeah, getting back to what I was saying and shit. Y'all share this live. What the fuck? He said, you got it, bro. YouTube censorship is crazy. I can't go live until June 8th. Oh, man, I went through that. What you did, a copyright violation? Skizzy215, I appreciate your donation, man. Salute to you, sir. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications, and make sure you follow me on Twitter at GullyTV1. Micah B said another caller for Officer Vlad. Vlad didn't do that by himself. Ab was on a few platforms bugging out like that, man. If y'all follow me on IG, I shared the compilation. There's a compilation on YouTube of Ab just going crazy, just saying all kind of crazy shit. Ghost Low said that man begged to go to prison. Peace. This is fucked up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Gully TV World. I got a dress from Black Sheep tonight. You don't want to miss that. Come on, come on. Come on. Right. It's Ramadan, and niggas is breaking fast in a couple hours. So my man came to get a pie of shit. One of my peoples. I got the bean pop plug. Here you go. I'm live. I'm live. Here you go. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. A lot of y'all saying free him. If he was in your community, you would be happy he's out of here. The feds did excellent work, says Forever Maryland. I guess Ab didn't tell a little something. The feds never pass on low-hanging fruit. I want to eat that. Give me that ashtray. Forever Maryland's a supreme bean pot. That's the name of it. Can't rap and be on the streets at the same time. Hopefully these rappers stay off the internet bragging about the work they put in. Ab got a lot of passes. Ab was doing that shit for years, man, on the highest level, and people kind of just, I don't know. It makes you wonder who he came up under. The shit that he was doing, it makes you say, like, who young boy is this? Everybody's somebody's young boy. You know, we got elders and shit, guys that teach us the rules of the trade and shit like that. You know, how to be men, things that we should do and we shouldn't do. It makes you wonder, like, who the fuck tutelage was you under, my nigga? Like, his dribble was sloppy as a motherfucker. He said Slim did that in the Commonwealth, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew his weed was better than mine at the time. He was at his most popular when this came down to Drake had just shouted him out. Ab was punch drunk. Ab was punch drunk, man, off of fame and shit, and just went left field. That which he felt worked, what he felt people expected from him, he did a lot of it. OG Audio said he's got to give some of that time back. Yeah, he got to get some of it back, because if he don't, he gonna be there. He said, I was waiting on you to get on this topic. I've been busy working. I be working, man. I be putting shit together for y'all. Y'all have no idea this shit. This shit been over with. I'm from Pennsylvania. I know that when you got priors, I don't know, he probably borderline career criminal and shit. I'm not sure. But, you know, if you got juvie rec and adult rec already, priors, felonies and shit like that, and you go to trial and you lose, they gonna punish you. They gonna punish you. And before you go to trial, they explain to you how they gonna punish you. They tell you, you can take this here, and you know, this is why the conviction rate is so high, because in the boot game, they scare people into pleading. If Ab rightfully knew in his mind that he was guilty of some of the things that he was charged for, he probably should have just fell back. He was offered 22 years. In our world, like I said, he got priors and shit. There's no difference between 22 and 45 years. There's no difference. Like, either way, you got a rumble on your hands and shit. So he went all the way. That's what they call it. He went all the way and shit. So after being offered 22 years and he probably 40 already, that'll put him in his 60s. You're old, man. Your dick don't work like it used to. None of that shit. So you gotta. It's all in and shit. It's all in. And, or aggravated, exactly. What are your thoughts on people having to take vaccine to make Hajj? You got a choice. You can take the vaccine and go to the upper room. I mean, you say you believe in the law. If you believe in the law and all of that, and you know what I'm talking about. If you believe in what you say, and they say that you have to take the virus, the vaccination to go over there and make Hajj, and you're required to do that, You got to decide. You got to decide who you believe in. The failure rate, because there's been blood clots. There's been people who checked out after having this shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel that you're going to go to paradise after leaving here, do your thing. But I'm just saying, I don't gamble. Don't gamble with your life. Don't gamble with your life. Johnson and Johnson, they pulled their brand of vaccine off the shelf because it's giving motherfuckers blood clots and killing people and shit, man. So, my man Trey Buck said, I know somebody who took the vaccine and still tested positive. Big Yonker said, ain't nothing good coming from that needle. Bobby Corleone said, Ab could have been out at 62 years old. Now he gonna die in that joint. He had a grown man decision to make. In Pennsylvania, especially in Philly particularly, they say you drawing when you drawing too much attention. When you drawing too much attention, when you doing too much, when you making too much noise, you drawing. And he had been drawing for a minute on the highest level. I believe that the guys underneath him really wanted to rap. I believe Dark Low really wanted to be a rap star, and that's all he wanted to do. I believe Razor, News, I believe all them, because they still rap and are still trying to rap. I believe all of them dudes wholeheartedly wanted to rap and wanted to do music, and they felt Ab was their way. And when Ab was in jail, they was cooking. They set the stage for him, and he came home to sit on top of, that pot that they had on the stove. They was cooking and shit. You know what I mean? He came and sat right on the top, King Ab. And it kind of like spun out of control. So, I mean, it's unfortunate for some people. Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't forget, I encountered Dark Low in person. We interacted with each other before. He struck me. And I seen him record. I seen him in the booth. I seen him working. I seen all of them working. C-Dot, I seen all. They were functioning as a rap label. They was in there getting busy. And the extracurricular shit got in the way of their ultimate goal and shit. For real. So, he said, once your name is on the streets, you're done. Truck, Jamal Tinsley. Subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty sure that's like the end of that. That's the end of that chapter for now. As he go through his appeal situation, I think all of them have been sentenced. I don't know what happened to the boy Taz. I was looking at their music videos. That shit could be a movie. The OBA story definitely could be a movie. It could. They came up from not a lot. Ab was the only one that was, that had any substantial reputation as a rapper. He was the only one. And he built something. I remember when he was following Cassidy around, he was a regular Joe and shit. I remember him when he was a regular Joe. I remember walking past him to interview Cassidy and Murder Mook shaking hands at the World Series of Hip Hop. He was standing right there. I was listening to his voice last night. He actually was like, yo, here go Cassidy right here. You could hear him say that on my shit. And Hollow Man, Cassidy, Mook, Daddy-O, Joey Jihad, all of these guys they was more popular than Ab at the time. He was, finding his way and shit. And like I said, when I met him the first time, he was like a regular guy and shit. When I interviewed him in his, I could tell it now and shit. When I interviewed him in a studio, I believe I said this already. His office, he had an office. His office was like Tony Montana. No bullshit. I couldn't believe it. With the desk, the big chair and shit, the leather couches and shit, the big ass surveillance shit, all of that shit. He said, "You said like he passed away." No, I didn't feel comfortable just talking about all of this. Like I said something about their studio before, but prior to him getting sentenced, I ain't really go into it and shit. But they should have a movie. They should have a movie. DJ Vlad interviews will get you knocked. If y'all seen that compilation that's on the internet about some of the things he said. I kidnap people, I kill people, I take bricks from niggas, I extort people, I extort niggas. Niggas know, and all of that. That shit ain't gonna never leave the internet. That shit ain't gonna. He said, "Movie, relax." OBH, ARAP might have a fucking one of the next niggas you see on A&E or some shit like that. You know how you see the Dana Bostic story and all of this shit on what's them niggas, Ace Capone and all of these people and shit. Yeah, he might have his soon. Believe that. You know what I mean? He was always talking super spicy and crazy on camera. He said American Gangster. Yeah, that kind of shit. Quazon King. Skinny me got more bodies than me. It's a pretty big story. Yeah, it is a big story. You got a hitman, Taz, hitman charged with, several murders, pled guilty to several murders and shit, telling on all of this shit that he's supposed to have done at the behest of Abdul West. They didn't put Skinny in the OBH thing, though. I think Skinny had his own wreck already going on and shit. J Bell, thank you. We got to start loving each other instead of trying to be leader of the streets. Facts. We should be trying to be above the streets. If you're from the streets, you should be trying to go to beaches. You should be trying to go to destinations and shit. If you're from the streets, you should be trying to see blue water. You should be trying to see sand, palm trees, because you can always go back to the streets. That shit gonna be there. I promise you. It's concrete. It's concrete and rubble. It ain't going nowhere. Seriously. Niggas glorify the streets. The curb is free. It don't cost no bread to stand there. If that's what you into, if you a street nigga, if you a real street nigga, you like standing in front of them people's stores and shit like that all day. Hey, it's concrete. It's free. Stand your ass there if you want. Ab was not gangster. He was a petty thug. Dark Low was a nice rapper too. Gangsters aren't that reckless. I agree with that. I agree with that. He exercised no discretion. No discretion whatsoever. He won that money from Baby from the Super Bowl. That video's still on the internet when he had 500,000 cash and shit. Then people want to know about that shit. They want to know about that shit. Seriously. If you're not a box office, if you're not a box office or some shit like that, Ticketron and shit like that, what you doing with all this goddamn cash money? If you're not a casino, what you doing with all this goddamn cash money? They want to know about this shit. Don't you know they want to know about this shit? You black? Young? These motherfuckers still paying mortgage. They're still paying mortgage. They're still paying bills and shit. They still paying for college educations and shit like that. They still owe student loans and shit. 500,000 cash. We want to know about this. Drugs and violence is a bad combo. We trying to get some. I believe, personally, I believe Ab wanted to be. I believe Ab aspired to be Aaron Jones. I do. I think Ab aspired to be Aaron Jones. That's not unrealistic considering his age and shit like that. I don't know who his role models was and shit. I don't know who shaped him again and shit like that. But in totality, that was like something to aspire to for young niggas from Philly and shit. The ones that I had been around. I mean, there's been people who probably exceeded him in money and shit like that. People that had bigger money than him, but the legend of Aaron Jones is the Philly story after the Black Mafia. And that shit's been blockbuster. It was the movie State Property was loosely, they called themselves ABM. In real life, it was JBM. And I believe that in some form or fashion, when Ab got all that power, he had to think Aaron. He had to at least compare himself to him. I mean, seriously. He said he got more time than Big Meech. Big Meech pled guilty. He said he was a Muslim man in America trying to buy. Listen, man, stop with the religion shit, man. Like, that shit don't exist in the courts. I'm telling you now and shit. That don't even exist. They don't even want to hear that shit. And they don't even have the government, the United States government, they don't favor Muslims. They ain't even nothing you want to even be telling the United States government. You don't even want to tell the US that. You know why? In the United States, Muslims have a reputation, especially in inner cities, for criminal shit, for criminal behavior and shit. You know how many motherfuckers that came in front of a judge with a kufi on who didn't kill 10 niggas and shit like that? I'm serious. He said Meech didn't go to trial. Nah, Meech 8 to 30. You're gonna see Meech again. He said, yo, you sound stupid. Man. He said with the specs. He said the pale faces will finish you off for being black. It don't matter if you believe in Allah, Jesus, Yahweh, or Treyway. Oh my goodness. He said meat swallow 30, just can't eat that. Man, when them people say life, when they get to talking about giving you wills and shit, life, that mean the whole 9 yards. That mean all of it. When they get to talking about that, they mean that shit. They mean that shit. They tell you Casanova facing life. Casanova facing life. Casanova is in a similar situation. I think Casanova might be in a worse situation. Casanova case got a murder case on it too. Y'all gonna see. I know Cass looking at this situation that just happened with ARAB, like, oh my God. What the fuck? Man, don't you know this nigga was just at the Rock Nation brunch with Hov? Hov don't even speak to niggas in person. He don't speak to niggas in person. You in there mingling and shit. This nigga done said a few words to you, probably dapped you. Oh my goodness, man. And now you booked? These niggas, man. Chris was good. Do you think Huss was in his feelings during the interview, Gully? I think Huss was expecting me to. I believe he felt that my motive was to stir up some controversy between him and Griselda, but it couldn't be that because he already put out a diss track on him and shit. I wasn't really familiar with his music or like that. And I got down with him through Shaheem. He got a history popping. The interview was taken off. But I don't know what his true feelings is against, West and him in real life. I don't know nothing. I don't know. The 15-year-old that passed was from my hood, was from my town, the Casanova joint. It got all the Bloods in New York locked up. Get off the internet gangbanging. JD, what's up, pimp? Do you think gang leaders should be on the internet telling on themselves? I mean, speaking about gang culture. Hell no. Hell no. Not from what we seeing. Hell no. You identifying yourself. You positively identifying yourself in front of America. That's not good at all. The internet shit, man. It'd be the 15 minutes of fame thing. When people come in contact with that shit for the first time, like when some of them, some of them guys, some of them brothers, that was on the couch. Queen Flip just did a video about this. That was some of their first time coming in contact with internet notoriety. Internet notoriety is different. You'll be walking down the street and a motherfucker you ain't never met in life will walk up to you and be talking to you or trying to take a picture with you, or you be the man for a few minutes and shit. And niggas be chasing that shit. And I believe when the blood shit, the New York blood shit hit the internet, it turned into who was super blood, whose story was the most gangster. You know what I mean? Like everybody got their story and shit. And you see what it's turned to. I mean, what the fuck? It's not good to be. You look at Casanova, that's a blood indictment. Treyway was a blood indictment. Is this something that you want to be affiliated with? Crown Court TV play. transcripts from blood RICO cases all day long and shit. All day long. So what more proof do you need of the detriment associated with doing this shit? But some niggas just that's their identity. Blood. That's why some niggas joined the gang to begin with. They didn't have no rap. They didn't have no rap sheet. They had no resume of their own and shit. You know what I mean? They ain't got no varsity jacket. They ain't threw no touchdown passes. They ain't scored no motherfucking buckets. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. I'm about to join this, and now I'm a somebody because these niggas is popping. He said, Hakeem said, you don't hear Cardi B with that blood talk no more. Flags and finger flipping, getting these dudes forever in a box. You got to be crazy to publicize your gang affiliation. How come LA Crips and Bloods don't catch mass indictments like other states? Because they done already been through it. They got some shit called gang injunction. They done already been punished. It's already niggas out there doing natural life about that gang shit. They already know. Ain't no running around with no colors on. And they passed all of that shit. I believe every city is fucking past that shit. You don't see the fucking Chicago niggas wearing their hats and shit. Like, I don't think they do that anymore and shit. Do they still do that in Chi? That's over, right? Yeah, it's over with. Niggas don't be trying to be, you know. Lex Molek, without a doubt. I appreciate the donation. Costa Rica, no doubt. What they gonna hit your man Dark Low with? Don't you know that Dark Low wasn't even in no trouble? Dark Low wasn't even in no trouble. Dark Low wasn't even in no trouble. He wasn't in no trouble at all. In the process of him going down to watch them niggas go to court, he done kind of intimidating the witness case. They kicked his door in, caught him with a hammer. Hell on earth about some shit you didn't even have to do. Jay Brown said Local get less than 10 years. Hey man, whatever you can stand. He said, I hope they don't send him out to Terre Haute. Ab might be going one of them. Ab's definitely going to a USP minimum. He could go worse than that. He can go worse places than that. They send guys with Ab situation, Rod Diggs. They can put you somewhere. When you got leadership and shit, they can put you somewhere. He said, why they just keep saying witness tampering, nothing about the gun. Seemed like the gun ain't a topic no more. I don't know, man. That's his personal business and shit. But because of who they is, they high profile, they rap stars and shit is playing out on the internet. So everybody in their business. He said, Gully, how you feel about it? 45 years for any motherfucking body. That's too long to be dead. That's what they say where I'm from. When I go look at the old videos, man, and listen to the shit that he said, when I go look at that video, we with the dumb shit, it's still up there. It was like he was enjoying that shit. You know what I mean? It was like he was enjoying the moment. But the moment was covered in evil and shit. He spoke evil. He spoke death. He rapped about death. You know what I mean? He spoke about it. Ab had a lot of influence over people, over the youth. He put himself in that situation. And for a long time, nobody, really just outright said it. Like, yo, he tripping. Like, normally, if it wasn't Ab, he would have, some of the shit that he was doing, he would have been called a cornball and shit. He said, my son, 15, said, why is that dude telling on himself? Hakeem Hinton says, that's the other side of the life. He said, right, and that's what they showed the court. They should have took them videos down. It's very hard to take a video down, man. When you popping and shit, you put that shit up for an hour, man. Niggas done downloaded that shit to their desktop, to their phones. Niggas done screen recorded it just for their own listening pleasure and shit. To put on Snapchat, all kind of shit. Like, so if you think you gonna take something down, whatever you said that was hot is gonna still be around. Like, the whole video might not be around no more, but the shit that you said that was hot, the shit that you said that was controversial and incriminating, it's gonna surface. I promise you. Shit like
that shit started making me see like Beyonce.
So what about Skinny Me, Black Jewels? I appreciate your donation.
Like,
Cool.
hey, how much are you for?
A dime. Just like that shit. Ab said it's not over. He said he can appeal it. Everybody in the penitentiary trying to appeal it. Everybody in the penitentiary trying to appeal. Good luck to him on the appeal. Hope it works out for him and shit. That's too long to be dead. Like 45 years. That's way too long to be dead. It's sad all around. I hate to see this happen to my brothers. He said, are you serious? It's Ramadan. You smoking? This is medicine. This is medicine. Don't you know that they have medical practices all over America selling this shit to anybody who has money? This is medicine. This is the United States. This ain't no longer this is medicine. I ain't ate nothing. I ain't drunk nothing. I'm kite high. So you'll be able to tell if I'm fasting. You'll see it in my physique. Straight up. William Gray, I appreciate you. Addicted to the limelight. Game is to be sold, not told. ARAB did say the feds got a 97% conviction rate, but they also got an 87% overturn rate. So a lot of them shits get overturned. He said Troy Ave. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Troy Ave. I don't. Troy Ave must got some friends in high places. Troy Ave must got an agreement in place. I don't know. I hit him up recently and asked him to talk. He didn't respond. John Gotti wanted the spotlight too. You see how that worked out for him and Nicky Barnes, right? Nicky Barnes was on the front of, I think, the New York Times and shit. The president of the United States at the time seen that shit. I think it was Jimmy Carter. He was terribly fucking offended. It was a nigga on the front of the New York Times or the Post for selling heroin. They fixed Nicky and shit. He said Troy Ave is innocent, clearly on tape. Fired a gun. He fired a gun. You fired a gun on camera, you got to answer to that. Even if you shot it, you got assaulted, you got to call the police. That's what the law says in America. They don't want to hear you was under duress, you was drinking. They don't want to hear you was scared. None of that shit. They gonna be like, okay, scared, cool. Take these charges. We gonna you gonna iron it out in front of a judge and jury and shit. Van Guardian says 748. Okay, we did it. He said you can't defend yourself by shooting the club up. Oh, he let one off in the roof. You can't chase someone on camera shooting at them in an open room. That's not self-defense. That's New York. They self-defense laws damn near non-existent. Pennsylvania don't got no self-defense laws either or like that. Real G said Ab gonna get a pardon when Biden leaves office. But I knew he was talking too much, trying to impress Drake. He wasn't impressed Drake. He wasn't impressing Drake with that shit. He was scaring the fuck out of Drake. Drake became aware of who the fuck he is and his reputation from being on the internet watching what the fuck going on with Meek Mill. That's how Drake found AR Ab and shit. Drake wasn't riding down the street listening to no fucking AR Ab. You think Drake listened to AR Ab? You serious? Drake ain't never even been in the same room as them niggas, man. Drake was looking at them niggas like zoo animals. Like, oh my God. I was looking at the Blow videos and shit. That one when Ab got on the red True Religion hoodie. Them niggas was at their most mightiest right there. They was at their most mightiest right there. That could have been an anthem. I believe it was briefly and shit, but that was that tag team that was Philly's Styles and Jada situation right there and shit. And I was listening to that shit and I'm looking in them niggas' eyes as they was rapping and shit. Them niggas was full of it. Straight up. Them niggas was full of it. Them niggas, woo! Woo! Whoa! Straight up. Straight up. He said Tax got 20 years. Tax don't ain't been sentenced yet. We would all know about that. He said that's what happens when you have more muscle than brains. He said they didn't get shit out of all that drama. He said R. Kelly on his way to Rikers Island. Motherfucker won't get the cutting. Motherfucker ain't gonna get nowhere near R. Kelly in no institution. Especially if he done been beat up already. They said he had a little incident somewhere, I believe. That's over with. He said all our Philly cats who think they're gonna be the next Aaron Jones or Craig Haynes, whatever money good nigga, it ends upside down. Ab doesn't have enough dough left for appeal. Mob ties. Y'all share this live. Can y'all like the video? It's almost 900 people here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Gully TV and Gully TV World. A lot of them interviews y'all seeing, they don't be on The Real Gully TV IG page. They be on Gully TV World. So fuck with that. If Troy Ave took the blicky and pop tax on, yeah, but he was firing wild. Ain't nobody watching the Facto show. Everybody watching The Real Gully TV, man. You tuned in to the dribble. Can y'all like pump the likes up, man? Like, goddamn. Donors, hold me down. Like the video. I was in Aaron Jones' crib back in the day. Everything was white, statues and shit. Have you seen a documentary about 2 old head inmates in PA? Nah. DM it to me on Instagram or tweet it to me, Gully TV1, please. I want to see it. I'm loving the history aspect. I'm constantly researching at all times. Spaz, who playing? He said Ab locked up for 45 years. What Mikey T gonna talk about? Mikey T gonna ride that shit till the wheels fall off. All that action should have went to Johnny Mac or Philly Fame TV. Shame on them. Shame on them. Truck, we heard you the first time. What city's in the building? Robert, what's good? Mikey T. Mikey T. Respect Mikey T's contribution, man. Mikey T deserves to be a part of this shit, man. Y'all gotta understand, wherever Mikey T is from, Mikey T fell in love with this culture of hip hop that we got, man. And he love it, man. He wanna be here, man. That's what it is and shit. Buffalo, Yonkers, Haiti, Bmore, Dallas, Savannah, Boston, Detroit, Memphis, Money Earning Mount Vernon, Hartford. He said, what contribution? Mikey T's contribution is what y'all be watching. All they are interviews be on Mikey T right now. Don't act like y'all don't be watching Mikey T, man. Somebody keeping him in business. I appreciate all these cities, man. And now that y'all here, you know what I want to say? You know what I want to share with y'all? That Up for Debate TV, nigga. That shit went belly up. All that cussing and ignorant shit, that shit went belly up. You gotta have content, man. People want content, man. After people keep going to your shit here, you just all this nigga do is cuss and talk about niggas, talk about Gully TV and all that. You're finished. You're finished. Jacob, he's finished, man. People got to understand the boys is watching everything. The code is to keep things off these platforms. Cash and Troy is going to get hit, unfortunately. My shit is censored. My shit is censored. I stop a nigga before you get my shit hot. Ho! I just stopped a nigga the other day. Bugs Baguettes. Bugs was throwing up, doing his little thing. Ho, 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 ho. Be cool, man. You could do that shit somewhere else. Do that shit somewhere else. I'm protecting the both of us. He said, Nas made millions off of ring light. For sure. He said, what Bugs into now? I just did an interview with him, Pacino, and Scott Kane. It's on his channel, man. Make sure you tune in to the hip hop, man. Yeah, be cool, man. He said, shout out to Gully. You predicted it all. Man, let me tell you something. If you keep campaigning, you will get fucking elected for something. Straight up. He said, can the Pelicans make a run? Man, I ain't worried about nobody but the Los Angeles Lakers, man. That's it. LaMarcus Aldridge, he retired. He had a heart murmur and shit. Or, he had a heart situation. He had a good career. He got busy in Portland for a long time. Did his thing. He did his thing, man. Shout out to him and shit. Lakers in 6. He said the Lakers is trash. You gonna see. You gonna see. He said JoJo channel went from 12K to 8K. All bullshit will fucking crash on this internet. I'm telling you. Y'all remember the fat nigga that be breathing all hard and shit? Don't y'all see him over there on live with 3 people? All that cussing, man. Motherfuckers don't want to hear you grown ass niggas cussing and breathing all hard all motherfucking day and shit. Shh. He's finished. William Gray says, don't be weak-minded, fellas, and let these liberal motherfuckers turn you into anything other than a strong black man. Love my brothers. Support Gully TV. William, I appreciate that positive energy you just injected into the chat. LA the chance until someone changes it. Man, he said, you still cool with Shady? Yeah, I still talk to Shady. Ben Simmons will hold Gully TV scoreless. I got something Ben Simmons ain't gonna never have in his life. That's a jump shot. I ain't make the league. I ain't Michael Jordan. I can hit one from deep, goddammit. I promise you that. I can hit one from deep. Straight up. Several. Dogecoin the next Bitcoin. He said he a mean defender though. Ben Simmons is garbage. Garbage. You see that? You see that J right there? He don't got one of them, yo. You'll never see him. I think Ben Simmons is left-handed. You can't even fucking tell what hand a nigga is and shit. What hand is he? This is how you know he don't got no J. Is the nigga right-handed or left-handed? Nigga shoot the ball with 2 hands. He said Simmons is Westbrook. Get the fuck out of here. Westbrook is going to the fucking Hall of Fame. Westbrook is a Hall of Famer. You hear me? Still putting in work. Westbrook is going to the fucking Hall of Fame. Straight up. Don't ever forget that. That nigga averaged a motherfucking triple-double for a season. He said, no, he not. Shit. Westbrook going to the Hall of Fame. He said he not going. Let him fuck around and get a title. He really going in, but Westbrook is a fucking Hall of Famer. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. He said triple-double for more than one season. Exactly. He said average a triple-double 2 years in a row. Hall of Fame, first ballot. He said Westbrook got no J. He just blow by niggas. Didn't Westbrook hit a buzzer beater to beat Durant and them this year? Didn't Westbrook, I got a Westbrook poster on his wall too. Didn't Westbrook hit a motherfucking buzzer beater this year on Durant and them? Didn't Washington beat, exactly. Didn't Washington beat Brooklyn 2 times this year? This is Gully TV, man. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. Didn't Washington, Bradley, Bill, and Westbrook tag teaming the shit out them niggas? Yeah. No, they beat him twice. They beat him twice. I think they was the first to like beat him. They beat him twice. He said, how about the Knicks? Shout out to Julius Randle. Drafted by the Lakers. Boom, boom, boom. J Bell, one of these days. They said Joel's in Miami right now. That might not be accurate. TMZ gonna fuck around and get sued if that shit ain't right. Saying that the nigga had methadone and some more other shit, opiates in his system. Sir Wellington, facts. Jail to Don, facts. All the time. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. He said RJ Barrett. That's Julius Randle team. Shout out to the Knicks. Follow me on IG, The Real Gully TV. And follow Gully TV World. I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate all of y'all. Peace. Boom, 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 boom.